When I arrived at BRANDT in July 2nd, 2007, I really saw that we had a number of retail plants that were not utilizing micronutrients, and I'd used them heavily in my production systems in Northern Illinois, where I came from. When we started to talk to those customers and managers, they really responded that we needed something more compatible. We had a new glyphosate application process, and glyphosate is one of those compounds that actually grabs a hold of the micronutrient and it deactivates the glyphosate so it doesn't kill the weed, and it also then doesn't allow the micronutrient to do its job. So we had a very big need to really upgrade our micronutrient packages.
One of the challenges in row crops is the sheer number of acres, and it's impossible to go over, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and when you do that, you burn a lot of diesel fuel and time and money. So one of the things that really is helpful is if we can apply the pesticides at the same time as the micronutrients if the timing is right, and it turns out the timings often are right. And so our challenge was, how do we make these tank mixes work for growers? Make it easy so they don't have to make a separate application, so their filters don't clog, so we don't deactivate the herbicide. So that was the challenge. So we knew if we could solve that, we could actually help the growers provide nutrition to their crops at the same time they're applying their pesticides.
What Brian's group has done is really taken us a new technological level where we truly have reactions now, and you've got to be really careful, and there's a strict, precise protocol that has to be done in order to get the finished outcome that you're looking for.
So we automatically sat down with the head of our specialty division, and we had a new young chemist called Brian Hashmeyer, who really led us on this journey over the month of August, September, and October to create some of the newest technology that solved this compatibility, which we'd really asked for with different modes of herbicide, all the modes of herbicides on the market. But it also, he went well beyond that, and that's what's created the BRANDT SMART System.
Really, we had to solve this at the lab level, at the molecular level, and be able to make these micronutrients work with the herbicide. So, that's what we did. We came to the lab, we looked at the chemical structure, we looked at the binding sites that are actually binding to the micronutrients, and we started to come up with a game plan of how we could solve the problem. Well, the first thing we did is we looked at very specifically how glyphosate bound to micronutrients. If you're a chemistry major like everybody in this lab, it's something you do at school, you don't really think about it, but you started applying that knowledge and that skill set to identifying how does glyphosate actually bind to the micronutrients. So we came up with what I would say 3 or 4 hypotheses how to prevent that. When we started testing that through jar tests, did they mix well? But where we really had to take that was to the weed scientists and look at herbicide efficacy. Because sometimes things mix fine, but they still antagonize the herbicide.
So we really got it off, put it out in some test trials, saw how it really changed the plant. In a week's time, we saw the plant go from yellow to dark green. It stopped all the flash from those herbicides. And so the growers, as they started to use it in the 2009 year, that spring, the first fields that were applied, and they applied that product, that corn actually grew. It was darker green. It was actually something that the grower came in and asked for the product because, hey, whatever you did to that field, I want it done to my field. The landlords are excited about how this is working.
We've utilized BRANDT SMART System for a long time, and for us, it's been a really good return on investment. We've used pretty well most aspects of it that work well with corn and soybeans, and we still to this day use it. We blend it in with some of our passes, and then now we've actually put a lot of focus on to just utilizing those smart micronutrient products just by themselves with corn and beans, and it's really shown to improve our overall crop health, which thus is resulting in yield for us. It's a 2 thumbs up from us.
The Smart System line of products has really been a showing point and a flagship line of product for BRANDT. It really exemplifies the technological development and just reemphasizes BRANDT's leadership and technology driven, and smart systems are are great. They're dynamic products, and the next thing we come up is going to be smarter.